So they got all these Jezebels, with this modern woman mess around, right? But they don't never look at who pulling the strings. They don't never look at who created the monster behind all of this. The Most High warned them, don't prostitute thy daughters lest the whole nation fall to whoredom. But they was good. They was good with living lasciviousness. They was good with, initially, I'm gonna tell you, this is what happened. This is what happened. We're gonna get to this light bill situation. This is what happened. They know that marriage is an inner desire that the Most High puts in women. They know it being with our own kind of man is an inner desire. This is why most melanated women today still want a melanated man, and they want that relationship to work, because that's an inner desire that the Most High has put in the women, right? He put in the women to want that. What they did was they perverted it, and they started trying to use marriage as a charm and a bargaining chip, and they started playing games with the women. Right, I had to lay the foundation work about these men creating their own problems. So they're complaining about women that are modern women today. They complain about the so-called women that's influencing women to be into WH culture, I'll call it 304 culture, when a lot of this stuff was given to the women by men. So they complain about women in the makeup and the deception of makeup. Makeup was given to women by Azazel, the fallen one. He's a male, okay? A fallen angel entity. These same entities that lusted over the daughters of men, read the book of Enoch. These same entities are influencing the culture and things today. I wouldn't say the culture, but they're injecting things in society that is perverting the natural order that the Most High has put forth. So women, I would say, especially melanated women, because I would say the Jezebel role that they tried in the hyper sensualism that they tried to put on melanated women was not natural to melanated women. And our men typically, when they were lust driven and they wanted to get into some of them strange things, they would go to those other nations, because those other nations were into a bunch of different winds of doctrine and into certain ritualistic stuff that was a little into the strange, if you know what I mean. Our women were more so conservative, and still conservative in thought process today. Now, some of them, that the ones they have got by stuff like feminism, which is a masculine idea, which we're going to do a video on uncovering the masculine ideal behind that, because again, the goal was to ruin the order, the divine family structure that was put here by the Most High, and it just basically was the bait and switch that I talked about. Okay, nothing new under the sun. A lot of people think that they're progressive in thought, but they're really archaic in thought, and decayed in thought. And this is what this gentleman on this video is about to talk about. A lot of these men are whining about the result of what happened in society, but they didn't have no problems when they was having this locker room talk about saying how they run through women like football teams. They laughed, with the good old boy culture when they was running through women, lying to women, knowing that women initially they wanted to be in serious committed relationships, but they was having whole other families and stuff on the side. Okay, this is from your granddaddy day. But the whole situation was, your grandmother and the woman at the time, they were not able to just leave these situations because they were not able to have money, bank accounts, and the rest of that stuff. Now, that stuff to me has nothing to do. Being able to have resources has nothing to do with feminism or anything like that. I feel like any able-bodied adult or adult period should be able to access those things. But again, a lot of men did not want women to have access to those things so that they were able to lord over these women with the narcissistic thought process. So the Most High did release women from certain types of bondage, but also some of the stuff that men are getting punished for today is due to their lust driven lascivious thoughts. And like I said, them wanting to run through women, play games with women, when initially, back in the day, women wanted to be married, they wanted to be a wife, this is something that's a desire, they wanted to be mothers, right? And so what was happening is dudes was rolling stones, they was making babies, leaving the chicks, leaving the ladies. And as you can see, even when they're going to them other communities, some of these melanated Yasharelite men, they're leaving the women with the children because, as they say in the, how Drake said in the song, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So some of these men are into these ideologies that's pushed. They weren't into pushing marriage and the rest of this stuff. And then you have ones that now, because they're getting their just desserts from this, and the only ones that I feel sorry for is the men that are walking upright, who now they're having a real hard time in finding righteous women due to the women that have been damaged and destroyed from bride thieves and men that are being punished by the Most High Yah due to them being bride thieves, not being honorable men, getting punished by things like child support. You don't have to worry about child support when you have a wife. You don't have to worry about those child support type of things when you're in the home. You get what I'm saying? Doing what you're supposed to do. You don't have to worry about Jezebelic modern women when you're walking upright, because the Ruach HaKodesh is going to repel those type of women away from you. But when you use lust to pick women, you deal with consequences that come with lust-driven thoughts, low-level, low-vibrational thoughts. It's punishment and consequences behind that. A good father, as our Father is always going to chastise his children that he loves. And how would you learn to not put your hand on the stove unless you got burnt? So, these men are dealing with what they've been doing in society, right? Telling women that all are lies. And if you listen to some of these smooth love songs where they tell women how they love them and I only want to be with you, and then the lady find out that he's cheating with whoever else and not being honorable, or the whole, how they say, the pump and dump culture, and you get what I'm saying? And how men kind of fell into the hype of how these rappers, they flash the money and stuff like this. And then those gold digging kind of Delilah women are attracted to that. And then they get upset. Well, you don't want me for me. You want me for my money. Like, it's crazy. The hypocrisy of these men. And they're mad at the monster that was created, because now, after women have dealt with some of these trifling dudes, because not every man is trifling. Like I said, I feel bad for the men that's actually looking for a righteous woman, because righteous people are rare. It's like you come across, it's a lot of wicked people in this world. We live in a fallen world, and everybody's not serving Abba Yah, unfortunately. So a lot of people get into a lot of this wicked doctrine that they come across. And so a lot of men, they were into, how Kevin Samuels was saying, F these HOEs to sleep and all this crazy stuff, and that women should just be giving up goods on the first date. And they were co-signing a lot of this stuff that a lot of these wicked men were pushing. And now they're facing the consequences that women are like, yes, I want your money. I don't want a committed relationship with you. And then they're saying, like, okay, if they do decide to lie down with them, I want you need to just go ahead and get in the Uber, because I'm not looking I'm not looking for a long time. I'm looking for a good time. The women now are buying into the Drake ideology, the male ideology. See, they're upset about that because it's really not natural for women to be wanting to do these things, but it's a defense mechanism. I recently saw a video, which I'm gonna play the two clips that relate to what I'm talking about. But I also recently saw a video of a lady that was very hurt. She found out her husband had cheated on her, and basically it ought to be a crime if you catch your significant other cheating on you, because it's exposing you to things that you did not agree to or sign up for. It's exposing you to soul ties and demons from other people. It's exposing you to gifts you don't want to receive, if you know what I'm saying. It's exposing you to things that you did not sign up for, and also making you a target from another individual that could be in fact deranged. Like, look at the young lady who the man did not probably disclose that he was married to, and his wife came home to the crib at 5 o'clock and aired the girl out. So this is the type of stuff that the environment that these men have created, and now they're reaping. You, whatever a man soweth, that is what he reaps. So you know that the majority of women initially, but I'm talking about before we got to this culture we on today, the majority of women wanted marriage, a family, kids. They wanted the princess dream and all of that stuff. The majority of them wanted that. And now we have a society where they're like, what benefit is it for me to get dragged along by you in a marriage with your kids and the rest of this stuff? And some men, they have gotten so devious where now they're not running from commitment in marriage anymore. They want to marry women to get access to their resources, okay, and to trap women with babies and kids, because now they're even using the kids as a bargaining chip to kind of create a lifelong soul tie, because the marriage is not enough. Like, he like, okay, if she could walk away from the marriage, that's one thing. But if I got a kid with her, I got access to her because she has to now deal with me. That's how some of these deranged men think. But I listen to this man and this girl break down. I'm going to play the man from, I forget what podcast he's from, but they have a very good podcast. I'm going to put it on the screen. But he's breaking down exactly what has happened, and men have created their own problems, and now they don't want to deal with the problems they've created. And then also how a woman is saying in a video that a lot of y'all have lied to a lot of these women, saying that you wanted a relationship, a commitment, marriage, and all the things that women that have been put in women by the Most High, Yah, because that's a natural desire for women to have. And now women have started to veer off from that because they're scared and they've been hurt from a lot of men who, as I said, are bride thieves. This is not all men, but there is a large population of men who have participated in the degradation of the community. And, you know, the good ones don't absolve the bad ones. And the good ones or the righteous ones don't deserve the treatment that's going on. And like I said, I feel for them, but you know, we gotta still look at what's going on in the community though. So I'm gonna roll the clips.
Many men have a habit of running from the problems that we create within a woman. And what do I mean by that? Like, when you first met that woman, she was walking around with a certain confidence, you know, a certain just aura about her. Like, she was fun to be around. There wasn't a lot of nagging going on. There wasn't a lot of insecurity going on. Like, she was a blast to be with. And then you got with her, and then you started neglecting her, and you started disrespecting her, and you started not being a man of your word, and, you know, making her second guess everything that you do. And now that she's turned into a person that you don't like to be around, you head for the hills to get away from her. It's just not a lot of good women walking around for us to be damaging them. Like, you need to take care of that woman when you run into somebody who has that type of confidence, that type of security, that type of support for you. Because I guarantee you, once you lose her, you're going to find out just how rare she was.
And I can assure you that righteous women are very rare, just like righteous men are rare today. But what he's saying is true. You don't never miss the well till the water runs dry. And a lot of people deceive themselves into thinking that, taking righteous people for granted that really would just, ride for you and to care for you and to actually be a good hearted person. They take those people for granted and think that they can replace those people, and then they hit the streets and find out it ain't no love in the streets. The streets don't care about them. And a lot of these men you see, they going overseas for love, not telling the whole story that they've been over in the Americas being weird, but they going overseas for love and finding out, honey, that them women don't care nothing about that, honey. They want that money and they putting whatever they got to put in them little drinky drinks to get it. And that's the sad part, is that you do have women that are Delilahs and Jezebels, and they don't care nothing about you as an individual. They don't care nothing about you wanting a good time, and even, you get what I'm saying? They don't care. They'll use you wanting a good time to put you out for a long time, if you know what I'm saying. Let me get into the woman who is explaining this also.
You faked like you was interested in that girl to fuck her.
A few years ago, I had a conversation with a male about this very topic. And I asked him, why do males lie and pretend that they want a relationship if all they want is something casual? And his answer still haunts me to this day. This male looked at me and he said, if we're honest and upfront about our intentions with you, you may say no. Yeah. And of course, you can give the counter argument of, well, then just date women that want the same thing as you. Right? Because that makes sense, But for a lot of males, that's just too easy. A lot of males enjoy the challenge that is pursuing women that want different things. And it's freaking weird. And no, this is not all males. There are males out here who are honest and know how to communicate what they're wanting and be upfront. However, there are plenty of males who do this. It's truly a shame that women who date males have to be damn near FBI agents to look out and protect themselves from males' creepy ass ways. This is sad.
And basically, I've been saying this, y'all. I've been saying this on this channel, that there is a group of men, not all men, but most of the ones that you see complaining about, like I said, modern women, and that group of women are men who really cannot access those group of 304 type of women. They really wish that those women were into them, but those women do not even care that they even exist. They don't care that they exist at all. And I may do a video on the fact that those women are non-interested and they do not care that these men exist. Yet we have to, as the community, hear these men whining about women who don't want polygyny. That's the number one thing. I've seen so many live streams from so-called Yasharelite men complaining about women who don't want polygyny. But if you are on that wave, that Cain wave, then you would gravitate toward women that want that. But no, they don't want the women that want what they want, right? The same, it's kind of like the pick-meshas that say all of the right things that they want them to say. They don't want those women because those women do not present a challenge to them. They want those women who are not interested in them. I don't know why that is. If y'all could let me know why that is in the comment section, other than the fact that some men in a deranged way like a challenge to where they want to conquer somebody, but you cannot change a person's thought process or force them to think the way that you think, right? Like I seen a Yasharelite dude talking about women only want casual hookups. No, only a certain group of women want that. And as I said, women have went through so much stuff. Now they're so warped in their perspective, some of these women, that yeah, that's all they want at this point, because they figure, I don't want to go through being lied to. I don't want to go through the whole the tango of trying to figure out if you're trying to really get a relationship or you're really just trying to get that. So that way the woman doesn't have to feel like she's been used in any kind of way, and she could get a bag out of it. So you want to be bothered? I want the money. I want the money. It ain't an issue. It ain't an issue. I'm not the one with the problem. They want a bag, drop the bag off. Period. You want to have fun, they want some funds. That's what they telling these dudes. And a lot of these men, some of them are broke, busted, and disgusted, and they don't have the bag to get those top level 304s that they covet and they lust after all day on social media. Because in society, and I believe King Riches explained this best. I love watching his channel, y'all. Y'all should check him out, King Riches, because King Riches give these men a real perspective. Women, just by science, are always going to be attracted to the top attractive looking man, to the top attractive earner. That is just science, okay? Okay, and so these men, they covet some of these women who are the tens in society, because some women are physically tens and look wise, and they could cash in on their looks via currency, and a lot of men are jealous of that. But also a lot of men now are also jealous at the fact that women just naturally, because they are women, have more options than men do. Hence why they always say, oh, the wall, and all the other stuff. But it's women have options. Even the women that are not considered very attractive have options. And I'm gonna find a clip, because King Richards just did the video where they broke down the science of why even the most non-attractive women have more options than the average everyday man. Why they have these options, and where women are at in society, and how some of these women, even if they are average looking, they're just non-interested in some of these men at this point. And honestly, as I said, I believe it's a monster that they've created, right? All the times that brothers didn't want to do right. You know what I'm saying? And we can't pretend that it wasn't a group of brothers that did not want to do right, right? Because how many righteous men have, when they finally do come across a woman, by the time they meet her, she's so damaged and bugged out, because she done came across some of your brethren in the community that you know for a fact was on this bugged out type of time of running through women. Or men that have taken women, their woman for granted. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Y'all leave y'all thoughts in the comment section below. It's KBC. You are on my Mocha Modesty channel. If things keep on going this direction, honey, things is not looking too good. So, I'm gonna start posting more content where I'm showing Yashara people in loving relationships and things like that, because there are people that are in healthy relationships, and I feel like they are not broadcasted enough. But we also, unfortunately, sometimes have to have these real, truthful conversations of where we're at as a people, and what certain actions have caused in our community. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm out. See y'all soon on the next video.